What's up? Welcome back. John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, and I've been talking about Emmys. I don't know why, just to the wind, because Emmy voters aren't listening. They're not listening to anybody. Even the people out there who claim to have their ear to the ground do not have their ear to the ground. There were nominations here that if you were you would have had to, like, Emmy voters would have to be lying to you because I didn't see anybody predict Obi-Wan Kenobi for a drama series. I looked at a lot of websites across the internet. I mean, there were people who were like, "That'd be nice. I really liked it. It was a good series," but ultimately they didn't put in their prediction. There are people who mentioned it. They were like, "It was a good series. I liked it, but I don't think it's gonna be nominated." It's also like the oldest one because it dropped right at like the beginning of the qualifying run. So it's very weird. It's like, yes, I guess they do have long-term memory. Um, didn't benefit a lot of other shows, but so this is my reactions. I was going to do this live, but then I found out life is different for those of us under 1K subscribers. So, from mobile devices and everything. So, just recording it and posting the anyway. I always hate Emmy nominations. I truly do. I talk about them, and I try every year. I try to keep disappointing myself with my Emmy predictions. I try to keep thinking, okay, what would you hate? What do you think is stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like the nominees too much, if you're too comfortable in the nominees, something is wrong. Something is going to go awry. So I have to pick shows, I have to pick performances I don't understand. I have to pick, I have to pick things that I think are not gonna happen, are like, I'm like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen. So I can be pleasantly surprised, but lots of times shows that I would actually nominate myself don't get nominated. I get really excited when they do. I get really excited when all of a sudden What We Do in the Shadows becomes like an Emmy nominee. Of course, none of the actors have been nominated for any of their work on the show, but luckily, the show has been nominated, just like Cobra Kai managed one random nomination that year. So did The Boys. So every once in a while, something pops up there, but I've lived a life of disappointment in what I like as a TV viewer and what Emmy voters like. And this year was no different. This year is, some of it is great, and I'm really excited to see some of this here. Some of it, I think, Emmy voters, I really want to strip Emmy voters and just restart. I feel like I want to change the Emmy voting. I thought the Emmy voting would change because they did actually change it before they basically had a list and they checked off names and they were just like, yes, yes, no. It's like basically like a yes, no thing, like pass, approve, because they could check off more than were actually eligible to be nominated, which allowed people to just go down and check off everybody in the series that they watched that was in that category. So if all you watched was Handmaid's Tale, you just went down and checked Handmaid's Tale actors, or whatever. There didn't seem to be a whole lot of policing to make sure that you had any sort of variety. If all you watched was White Lotus, and you could just vote for White Lotus, and there's nothing telling you that you have to diversify or do anything other. And this was a problem at the Oscars in the original song race because Disney kept getting multiple songs in, and obviously the songwriters kept bitching. So they were tired of it, and they changed it so that only one person could be nominated. I think I don't want that to happen here. So if they don't start self-policing themselves and being a little bit more responsible, stuff like what happened in Best Supporting Actor is gross. It's a gross category. It's entirely HBO. Every single nominee in that category is from an HBO series. There are 4 Succession nominees and 4 White Lotus nominees. Nobody else from any other series apparently was worth any sort of consideration. And the thing about White Lotus is it's bullshit that it's even in this category because they changed Like, because American Horror Story started connecting their seasons through very loose threads. They were like, well, we can't have that in limited anymore, so now we have to come up with a rule. There's one character that's in the White Lotus from the previous season, and spoiler alert, but she dies. So she's definitely not carrying over into the next season of the White Lotus. This should still be limited. This should still be a limited series. The problem is that even if it was still eligible, HBO could still submit it in drama. However, considering their weakness in limited series this year, I think they would have submitted in limited, which would have opened up this category a lot more for other shows. So because the Emmys suck, a whole bunch of other actors and actresses lost out on potential nominations. There are no supporting actors from Better Call Saul for their final season. There's, no nomination for John Lithgow. Missed out. Everybody was pretty sure he would get in because he's John Lithgow. Nobody from The Crown got in. No, Matt Smith, House of the Dragon. Nope. No, sorry, fuck you. We have to nominate 4 people from the White Lotus in succession. Personally, I like if, there are people I predicted that I don't like their performances, but I thought they were going to get nominated. I don't actually think what Nicholas Braun does in Succession is acting. I think that's what Nicholas Braun is as a person. I've seen his previous work. He's played that character in every other thing he's played. I don't think he has range, and I'm tired of him being nominated. But everyone else seems to keep wanting to nominate him. So, okay then, let's do it, I guess. But it does push people out from other shows, and there are a lot of shows that people don't even really ever get to consider. A lot of people have been great on other TV shows that have fans. This just doesn't reflect how TV voters watch TV. It's funny because the People's Choice Award is not taken seriously by the industry. But if people keep looking at the declining ratings for awards ceremonies, if you're not nominating what other people are watching and what they care about and what they're passionate about and what people are fans of, you're going to continue to lose. And by continuing to snub those programs, those actors, those shows, you're going to lose out. I think the average person who doesn't track awards voters looks at the Emmys and keeps expecting Yellowstone. And every time Yellowstone gets snubbed, it's like the most popular show on TV. So every time it doesn't get nominated, they're just like, I don't understand what's happening here. The fact that Kevin Costner, this renowned actor, can't get into the best actor race, to them seems bizarre. To me, I knew it was going to happen. In every single one of my videos, you can go all the way back throughout every single Emmy Awards. Every time I bring up a category where I think where other people are not trying to nominate a Taylor Sheridan person, I'm like, I gave up on that. They do not like Taylor Sheridan shows. They do not nominate them. They have never nominated a Taylor Sheridan show in a major category. They've never nominated Yellowstone. They didn't nominate Mayor of Kingstown. Tulsa King came up with 0 nominations. 1923 has no major nominations. 18 whatever with Tim McGraw has no major nominations. This is not a thing. They don't like Taylor Sheridan. It's not a thing for them. They don't watch his shows, and they will continue to not watch his shows, and they will continue to not vote for his shows. You could put the most awesome cast of people together, of people who normally get nominated for shit, and they still wouldn't nominate it if it was produced by Taylor Sheridan. Meryl Streep could star in the next Taylor Sheridan production. It could be like Meryl Streep, Viola Davis, Julia Roberts. Gene Hackman came in out of retirement for this show. Something. 0 nominations. Sorry, produced by Taylor Sheridan. He's like Tyler Perry, but for white people. His shows are not going to get nominated. Doesn't matter how much you like them; they're just not. It's not happening. I'm there are a lot of shocks and dismays. What do I want to be excited about? What good happened in the world? I think it's hilarious that Jury Duty got the nomination. Everybody thought that was going to go to Shrinking. I had Shrinking out. I also had Poker Face out, and I had Atlanta in. So they nominated that over Atlanta, final season of Atlanta. That also didn't seem to register with voters, which is such a shame because, man, it was so good. God damn it. God damn you, voters. That last season of Atlanta is fantastic. That Goofy movie episode is like perfection. It is like TV perfection. It's comedy writer perfection. That is why writers are striking, is so they can write stuff like that that's brilliant. It is a brilliant episode of television. And there were so many episodes like that were memorable in the final season of Atlanta that I'm just like, I don't understand. You guys nominated this show before. Did you guys just decide not to watch the final season? What happened here? I had more faith in the show than anybody else, and I got fucked for that one. Harrison Ford was considered by many to be the one who was going to win. Basically, it was between him or Tyler James Williams in this category. And it's kind of like with the Oscars, how Top Gun Maverick didn't get cinematography. Now everybody's like, well, I don't know. I thought he was going to win. I don't know what to do. So I guess it's Tyler James Williams. I'm disappointed with a lot of categories. I'm happy for Dominique Fishback for Swarm. I didn't like the show, but I like her as an actress. And I'm glad to see her getting some recognition. I was afraid that she falls too far under the radar. I would have nominated her last Emmy Awards season for The Last Days of Ptolemy Gray, the show that she was in with Samuel L. Jackson. I also would have nominated Samuel L. Jackson. But she was fantastic in that, so it's good that she's getting recognition, especially over Elizabeth Olsen for Love and Death, a show that I stopped. I didn't even finish the first episode. I was like, this is just Candy. We just remade Candy, and it's not even interesting. And I didn't think she was doing a better job than Jessica Biel, and I wasn't going to watch the same show twice. It's funny that Jesse Plemons managed to get in. Emmy voters love them some Jesse Plemons. He's the only nomination for HBO in the entire limited series category, because White House Plumbers couldn't manage a nomination. Justin Theroux's fantastic performance as Liddy in White House Plumbers, nothing for that. We had to make sure the Beef Boys got in. I was worried about that. I left them all out because I didn't know who would get in. I didn't think they would all get in. But we love Beef. The Beef also made it into the supporting actress category in a big way. I don't really understand. If somebody could explain to me why Maria Bello's performance was so special this year, as opposed to maybe some of the other performances, then sure. Is it because she got cut in half? Is that what we nominated her for? I don't get it. I'm sure someone will explain to me why Maria Bello was good in Beef. I love Maria Bello. I don't believe that was the nominating performance. I'm happy that I was right about Juliette Lewis from Fleischman is in Trouble. Not Fleischman, from Welcome to Chippendales. Funny, because she was the only nomination I had. I didn't have Annalee Ashford. So, kudos to Annalee for breaking through also. I did have Murray Bartlett also for Chippendales. I did not have Kumail. I'm really sad that Steve Carell and Domhnall Gleeson, that The Patient managed to just fall completely short for their nominations. I think it's weird to kind of have Weird in here, Daniel Radcliffe, and I don't know how you compare that. I don't know how you compare what Daniel Radcliffe does in Weird to what Steve Carell does in The Patient, and how you say one is better than the other. I'm a little disappointed that A Small Light didn't get any nominations. It was a fantastic limited series. Bel Powley did a fantastic job in it. A lot of people thought that was going to be a surprise nomination. For a lot of people, that was their fifth spot for a limited series. Um, I'm really happy for Riley Keough. I would not. That's not the nomination that I would have had in supporting actress. Um, I would have nominated the girl that plays Simone. Um, I thought she did a much better job and had a better storyline, but whatever. Um, so yeah, the problem is I've actually seen all these shows, at least in part. I've seen at least an episode from everything except Dahmer. Dahmer is the only show that I have not seen any of it. I respect the family members of Dahmer who asked people to not watch the show. They said that they did not give approval for the show, and the show was traumatic towards them. And I have not seen Dahmer, so I'm shocked F. Murray Abraham managed a nomination for The White Lotus. I really thought we seem to be in a way where we're willing to jettison pretty much everybody's career once they hit a speed bump. I did not think F. Murray Abraham was going to be the one that would survive. There's a difference between, okay, so he's still in the show and we release it and the show got a nomination, and him just sort of being a part of the project, and not cutting him out or anything like that and leaving him in, versus actually giving him an awards nomination. I guess we're going to start inviting the others back and letting them back into projects pretty soon. We seem to be in forgiveness mode. So he's been forgiven. He's been absolved. Anybody out there who was worried about that, about what status you need to be at in order to be absolved, it's F. Murray Abraham status. Some people are going to be confused. Google F. Murray Abraham and Mythic Quest, and you'll find out he did not leave Mythic Quest by his... it was not his choice. I'm hoping that the amount of nominations for White Lotus makes it easier for Rhea Seehorn to be the only win for Better Call Saul. I would love for her to actually win this category. There were some categories I managed to get everybody right. I got everybody in Best Actress in a comedy. I got that 5 for 5. I correctly predicted that Natasha Lyonne would transcend the show. I didn't think the show would get in, but I did think she would, and I was right. But Peacock didn't break into the race until this year. Natasha Lyonne is their biggest nomination to date. So I think it's funny that Freebie has that nomination prior to Peacock, but got into comedy series before Peacock did. But, hey, it's also a limited series that ran in comedy. There are no plans for a second season of Jury Duty because they don't know how they can pull that off twice. At least I don't think there will be Jury Duty that quickly, because they're going to have to make people forget Jury Duty in order for that to happen. Amazon would have almost needed to order successive seasons of Jury Duty simultaneously and planned for that. So that way they could dupe like 5 different people and then air them and have already filmed them. You know what I'm saying? So that 5 different people didn't know that they were part of this experiment. Because now, if you're on a jury and there's a celebrity there and weird stuff starts happening, you're going to be like, am I on jury duty? So you're going to have to find somebody who doesn't watch TV to be in that position. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of nominees that I would have loved to see, but I didn't even have them projected. Like, I knew Joe Pesci wasn't going to get nominated for Bupkis. I'm still disappointed that he didn't get nominated for Bupkis. I'm upset that Lisa Ann Walter is consistently being left out for Abbott Elementary, that she's the also ran. She's just as good as the other 2 actresses and deserves a nomination spot. I'm really interested to know who that sixth nominee would have been for Best Actress, if it would have been Selena Gomez. Did she get shafted by the loss of a spot? Or would it have gone to Elle Fanning or somebody else? Who was it? I know we can't know that, but I'm feeling pretty confident that Steve Martin is the sixth nominee for Best Actor. I don't think Martin Short and Steve Martin have that big of a gap between their votes. I have a feeling if this tells me that Martin Short is number 5, because I don't think that many people were like they were on like a text chain with Emmy voters where they were like, guys, we're all gonna vote for Martin Short this year, and next year we'll vote for Steve Martin. That's how it's gonna go. We've got this worked out. Like, we're gonna trade the nominations. Categories getting a little crowded. No, I think it happened that he had a few more votes than Steve Martin. But I if you like that show, why wouldn't you vote for both of them? Obviously a few people voted more for Martin Short, which is why he's there. But I don't think it's like a massive gap. So I think Steve Martin's probably number 6. Uh yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of people missed out for great performances this year, but a lot of people always miss out for great performances, and then we bring people in to replace them for things that nobody was really thinking were going to be nominated. I mean, like I said, I've I do my research, and in doing my research, I can tell you not a single fucking person on the internet or on YouTube had Obi-Wan for Best Limited Series as an actual prediction. There are people who sometimes mention the shows and think, I really like that. That would be really nice. Nobody actually thought it was going to be nominated. So there are nominees that people thought were going to happen that didn't happen, that were pretty set. So I know that that's going to throw their predictions off. I didn't see really anybody who got it right. I mean, there's nobody who just is like, nobody had that many actresses from White Lotus and supporting actress that I saw. Nobody had that many people. They had up to like 3, and they like toyed with the idea of maybe a 4th coming in. They were like, could there be 4? Could a 4th one get in? And if so, who would it be? It was like that kind of thing. It was like, but 5 is nobody had 5 actresses from White Lotus getting in. And then 4 actors. Nobody was even entertaining the idea of 4 actors. People were having a hard enough time entertaining the idea of a 2nd actor from White Lotus. I did hear Alonzo over at For Your Consideration. I think he mentioned the idea of could it be 4 White Lotus and 4 Succession, and I like it's. I think they put that out into the universe, and it materialized itself. They unleashed the demon in that category. Yeah, this is a year. So who do I think is gonna win right now? I'll give you that. Who do I think is gonna win? Drama series Succession, drama actor Kieran Culkin, drama actress I'm gonna go with Sarah. Sorry, a lot of people thought like Melanie. I think Yellow Jackets underperformed in nominations. There's no reason to believe that Melanie Linsky has the support behind her. Supporting actor, I think Matthew McFadden is still gonna win. I think I still think that. I think this is a weird category because there should be a lot of vote splitting. It could be quite a toss up, but I'm gonna lean with Matthew McFadden. For supporting actress, it's probably Jennifer Coolidge, but I'd love to see it be Rhea Seehorn. It's possible that Jennifer Coolidge is hurt a little bit by there being 4 other White Lotus actresses there, and Rhea Seehorn was helped by Carol Burnett's snub. So if I had to say, I think she's in 2nd place. I don't think Succession wins 4 awards. So I don't think they win every acting category. I don't think they're Schitt's Creek. I don't think Jerry's going to win here. but I think maybe her chances are helped because of, again, there are 5 White Lotus women here. And it's the only other options are J. Smith, Cameron, Elizabeth Debicki, and Rhea Seehorn. So I think Rhea probably has the best shot of secretly beating Jennifer. Comedy series, based on those nominations, that's a toss up. Ted Lasso overperformed in supporting actor. It wasn't supposed to. No, people were not projecting that many nominations. And Abbott underperformed. That lack of a nomination for Lisa Ann Walter makes me question how big of a powerhouse Abbott really is. I'd say it's between those two shows. Pick one. You know that scene in The Joker where he breaks the broom in half? And he's like, I have a position for one of you. I think it's that close. I think between those two shows, there isn't really a clear front runner right now. Ted Lasso got a few more than people thought, and Abbott got the Lisa Ann Walter snub is gonna hurt it. Best actor, I think this is Jeremy Allen White. It could be Jason Sudeikis, but I think this is a place where they award the Bear without it winning series. Jason Sudeikis wouldn't surprise me. Anybody else would, but I'll go with Jeremy Allen White. Best actress, I'm gonna say Quinta Brunson. Maisel underperformed this year in supporting actress. I think they're on their way out as a show. I don't think people feel the need to come back in and make sure she wins. And it's not going to anybody else. I mean, Christina, the prize is the nomination is enough. She's not going to win that for Dead to Me. Supporting actress, Tyler James Williams. I would have said Harrison Ford, but I don't think any of these the category is so fucked right now. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'll just go with Tyler James Williams. And supporting actress, Janelle James. I'll say they shake it up and they pick the other girl from Abbott and go with Janelle James this year instead of Cheryl Lee Ralph. It could be Cheryl Lee Ralph again, but I think it's going to be one of the Abbott ladies. I don't think it's going to be one of the Teds. So, yeah. So, limited series. I'm hoping it's Blackbird. I'm gonna pray on it, but I think it's Beef. So sadly, I'm gonna pray that it's Blackbird. We're gonna pray. Actor in a limited. Something tells me this is Evan Peters for Monster. I think he's gonna end up winning that. See, I can pick things I don't like. I try to be objective. I think Evan Peters is going to win for playing Jeffrey Dahmer. For Best Actress, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I guess Ali Wong for Beef. I don't know. There were some major people who missed out here that were some big names that kind of threw this category a little bit haywire. Like, I don't think Lizzie Kaplan's going to win. That was too big of a shock. I don't know who else wins. Jessica Chastain, maybe. She's a big name. I guess I could see her winning. Maybe Ali Wong. I don't know if both Ali and Steven are going to win, though. Steven has to beat both Taron Egerton and Evan Peters, which I feel like is more insurmountable than Ali's category. I feel like Ali has an easier path to victory. So, and more people will be impressed by the fact that she's a comedic actress doing a dramatic role. Supporting actor, that's Paul Walterhauser. If it's not, then the system is... The Russians have hacked the Emmy Awards. I can't imagine anybody else... I can't imagine he loses this category. I don't live in that world. There's no world that I live in where Paul Walterhauser doesn't win that category. Supporting actress... I don't know that it matters. I just think it's just Niecy Nash, right? I mean, does it? I don't even know what's happening in this category anymore. Um, but yeah, so that's it. Those are my predictions. Thanks for watching. I don't think I'm going to talk about the Emmys again until close to the actual awards. But there was some interesting stuff. I'm really sad the Traitors didn't get a nomination for reality show. That disappointed me. It's so good. And I know people who are obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with it, and I don't even like that type of show. Like, it's really hard for me to get into reality shows. It's not my genre. And I'm obsessed with the Traitors. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed it didn't get a nomination. But again, Peacock, so I'm not too terribly surprised. Anyway, and thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys on the other side.